everything Morocco, man. You know, and it's a beautiful thing that you being a Moor, right, and you have an extensive history on being a Moor and how it ties into Morocco, right? Now, one of the things that you said when we left out of here a little earlier, before the music break, you said that the Moors were navigators of the sea. Is that correct?
The great navigators of the sea, yes.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, looking at the map, all right, Spain, Portugal, um, and even Italy are very, very close to Northern Africa. We know that
Mm-hmm.
Italy is only 26 miles from Northern Africa. And we know that Spain literally is probably less than 10 miles away. You know, literally. I'm not sure, but I know it's less than 20 miles. Okay, with the Moors being navigators, tell me what where are the places you think the Moors have traveled. Now, you saying the Moors originated in Morocco?
I'm saying that from 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 my studies, actually, this whole thing was once all together. Pangea, uh, considered the land of Mu, Mu. Um, I'm not really sure of where the name came from as far as Moors are concerned. Um, I think it might have been a idea governed by the body politic. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure. No disrespect to more science, but I'm not too sure of that. Uh, but I mean, it's a type of people, and the same way you said earlier about America Browning, um, Moors have been all over the. I mean, we've been everywhere. Of course, wherever there is a carbonized being, is we've been there, and we were there. Um,
Well, clearly, one thing I do know, everywhere on the map,
right.
you're gonna find a black man. Everywhere on the map.
You know,
I do know that.
I I don't know. As I study from my studies, look at I look at everything that was placed in America during a specific time for our people. Uh, such as Nation of Islam, not Al Islam, Nation of Islam, more science. Of course, Nation of Gods and Herbs, and all of these structures they came after more science temple.
Mm-hmm.
More science temple was before that. Noble
Yeah.
Drew Ali was born in the 1800s.
Yeah.
So for and the discoveries that I've came across, like yes, we were the great navigators of the sea. We definitely protected the borders. There's documentation. I was saying earlier that uh, there was a Confederate before United States of America. There was an article of Confederation before the Constitution, and the brother that wrote the Articles of Confederation, he was a Moor. You actually can depict him. I believe on the $2 bill. He's depicted. They were signing over some documents, and I believe that those documents were either the Declaration of Independence. I think it was the Declaration of Independence. So, very, very, very political analysis there, and so that's really like my thing concerning Morocco from what was stated by Noble Drew Ali.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I had the flag on my wall. I appreciate it. I appreciate this flag. I have amazing stories about really recognizing what America is.
But look, let me jump back on something, right? I know you in America right now, but I want to go back to Morocco, right? You mentioned Tangiers a moment ago, right? Tangier, Tangier, right? Now, Tangier is the very tip of Morocco.
No. Tangier. When I stated Tangier, I'm talking about when I think that's the name. Tangier is spelled Pangaea. And
okay.
That's when all of the Earth landmass was one.
Okay. That's what you was talking about. Oh, I got you.
What I was talking about.
I got you. When the Earth landmass was one. Okay.
Yeah, Eurasia, North America, South America.
Okay. Well,
Africa.
And
these things probably weren't even the names
right
of these areas in those times.
Okay, I got you. But what I'm looking at now, Tangier, the city in Morocco, I'm looking at right now. I'm looking at it on the map. It is the northernest tip, going into the sea. It's right where the Mediterranean and the Atlantic meet, right at the Rock of Gibraltar, And I'm looking at Tangier and I'm saying to myself, gee, the influences of Europe had to be overwhelming in Morocco when the Europeans crossed over into North Africa. It had to be overwhelming because clearly in everything, Morocco being a kingdom, and they went to war, and everything that I see and I talk about, and I took my man Ahmed, he said that the European culture is heavily influenced in Morocco. And that's kind of mind-blowing to me when I look just a little further south on the map, and the people don't look nothing like the Moroccans. I mean, once you get to Algiers, they start getting darker. And the further south you get, they just get darker. So the influence of Europe and the colonization of North Africa really stayed right there in North Africa, between Morocco, Algiers, and Egypt. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I think of Tangier and the Foreign Legion, the French Foreign Legion. How the kids would join the military in France in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and even back in the 60s, and they would be shipped to Tangiers as part of the Foreign Legion. And that was occupied by the French, and it was like a French territory. That's amazing. That's in our lifetime, bro. That's crazy, man.
This is the thing here. I mean, there was a plan. I mean, when you look at American history in the history books, as a youth, you're not really paying attention to like what they was considering a superpower. You remember Spain being a certain way, and France being a certain way, and England being a certain way back then. So they already had a plan. By design, they had a plan. And somewhere within all of this, our people kind of lost our identity, but we're waking up and we're knowing ourselves. And it can't be amazing. This whole thing is colonized. I stated earlier about, that's why I mentioned Pangaea, because it's like, you know, when you speak of different areas, you know, different areas, they all were colonized. They all were pillaged. It's amazing. It makes sense. It makes sense. It's kind of shocking that what you like. Me and Rud was actually talking about that. DJ Rud. He was talking about we was talking about the fact that you said that you can't have an Arabic Bible. Certain territory, it's amazing how they hold tight to that olive branch. It's amazing. We do it naturally as human beings. Cultures do that. So, you know, as far as the you know, the European idea. I don't know who I was saying that to. I was talking about it the other day, and I was making a comment of which I don't think is anything wrong, but I just feel like it's the idea, and we should pay attention to it. You know, I have a record that I'm doing called American Made, and I can't wait to express that record. I can't wait to talk about you know, have the conversation on why the record was built the way it was built and the history behind like what I experienced at that time. And it's just amazing. I was talking about Israel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to go too far off subject, but you mentioned the European, you know, how much influence they have. I had printed out like where the percentage of religions in each area of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Christianity is heavy there. You know what I'm saying? Islam is. You know, I actually 7 years ago I asked what were the top 5 religions, just as a conversation, and then I dabbled in them and studied. But back to what I was saying, because I think we need to really pay attention to that. And once you're thinking about the influence, I always talk about the mental, and the youth now, they talk about the vibes, which is a vibration. That's what they're saying. Your frequency, what's your vibe? And the European side of things in Israel,
mm-hmm.
Israel is a part of Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
Palestine is not recognized by the United States.
Well, it actually is recognized. In the United States is pushing for a 2-state resolution.
Right, but the thing is they back Israel, right? And when you look at the Bible,
according to Donald Trump,
that was Trump's idea.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So when you look at the Bible, and you go into Jacob's name was turned to Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Absolutely.
So that's an idea. You know what I'm saying? They named an area after this person.
Well, what's so ironic is this. I'm not talking about the Europeans that were transplanted from Europe to Palestine, Israel. I'm not talking about them. The Jewish folks who were already in the Middle East. They were Moroccan Jews. They were Iraqi Jews, Iranian Jews, Egyptian Jews, Jordan Jews.
What does that mean?
Well, what does that mean? Well, they practiced the Jewish religion prior to the Europeans adopting it, is what I'm saying. Okay. Prior to Europeans adopting the religion, because in the wars in the region, the original Jews were pretty much annihilated. And I've learned that from some folks that are Syrian Jews who explained to me the difference, But I'm saying all that to say the people, the descendants of the Middle Eastern Jewish people look just like the Palestinians. You can't tell the difference. So when the Israelis that cross over into the Palestinian territories to make arrests and do things, they don't use the European Jews to do that. They use the Jews that are of Middle Eastern descent to infiltrate into Palestine because they can fit in and they can speak the language.
So what I was getting at is there's an agenda.
Yes.
There's an agenda. That's what I was getting at. And I mean, you see it in our education, our educational system. You see it in our religions. Like I said, like it's just amazing to me that Jacob changed his name to Israel. Israel was created within Palestine. It wasn't all the way. It wasn't always there.
Exactly.
And from Nation of Gods and Earth Study, Jacob is Yaqub. Yaqub is something other than from what we know, he came from us. But he was a scientist. And so it's an idea. It's all an idea. I don't know how factual any of these things are. It just comes through the lessons. You know what I'm saying? And somewhere for me, for all of us, we have to find peace and find the beauties of the world. Morocco I would love to go to Morocco. I don't know some of the stipulations. I might not be allowed to go there.
No, you'll be allowed to go there. But you know what I got a question for you. I know that Islam is the biggest religion in the world.
No.
I'm wrong?
Yes. Judeo-Christianity is the biggest religion in the world.
Judeo-Christianity?
Judeo-Christianity is the largest religion in the world, then Islam.
Then Islam. Okay.
Then Islam, yes.
Okay. That must be changed. Hold on one second. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Hold on. King, you on the air live with Genesis. What's up, bro?
It was good, Principal. How's everything?
Everything is everything, man. You want to join the conversation?
Yeah, I definitely do, man. Much love. I'm on the check-in.
All right, hold on.
I'm on the check-in to a lot. I be dipping and diving in and out, but definitely on the check-in.
All right. Okay. What's good, man?
But no, I definitely want to speak on the whole Morocco thing. And one thing I think what we need to do, the knowledge is great, but being that we are where we at as a people, I think what we need to do is get our mindset outside of where we're at, meaning the country that we're in. And instead of trying to conform into where we're at, not looking to go back abroad. And when I say that, I mean put our money back in Africa. When you put your money back in Africa, I'm talking about something simple as, for example, right? You could buy a $4 million house and Legos for only $180,000. That's real estate.
Yes, absolutely.
So what we should do, instead of trying to buy up what we have right now with the Europeans in the European country and trying to be so harsh on trying to be down with what they're doing, let's put our mental abroad more. So if I'm up in Morocco, let's do real estate in Morocco. Start buying and then flip that. I think that's at this point, I think that's the only way we're going to get things back.
Well, you know what we have to do as a people, like I was just telling Kwanzaa Mama when she was in here earlier, that in the spring, I plan on, God willing, if everything works out with the COVID and those other stuff, I plan on spending that $4,450 to take a 9-day trip to Morocco, And my man Ahmed, he's over. He lives. His family's from there. He lives here, but he goes there for 2 months out of a year to go back to the family and so on and so forth. And I want to go back. I want to go over there and experience Morocco, Northern Africa. I want to experience Africa in itself because I am a knowledge seeker, and I want to seek out the knowledge for myself and see what it's really like.
And that's what I'm saying. Because a lot of times what we do as a people, we go back to visit and to experience it. But let's go back with the mindset of putting our money there.
I don't have a problem with that. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, because how I look at it is like this, right? The way things have been done to us, right? We have one gift. The gift is that we are blessed with the USD.
Mm-hmm.
So now, and I think that goes so unsaid because the USD is one of the most powerful monetary currencies in the world.
Yep.
So
even though right now
we always want to go somewhere to vacation or to look at it. How about we go there? Okay, we're gonna look at it, but guess what? We're gonna go there with the mindset to look at it and see what we could come back and buy.
But you know what? There's a lot of people are doing exactly what you just said. There's a lot of people that I'm in a group on Facebook. I'm not going to mention this group, because it's a lot of people who are investing in Africa. They're investing in Nigeria and different parts of Africa. And, because the images that we are seeing, that we're shown here of Africa isn't really the Africa that they're living in. You know what I mean? Because right now the Chinese is over there raping the country right now. You know what I mean?
And you know what? And it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that because even with something simple as climate warning that I've been speaking on for over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole thing is just that something simple as that. They always want to make Africa look like the poorest country.
No, it's the richest country, richest continent in the world. It's the richest continent in the world. Just like I was talking earlier with Sally on the phone, we were talking about Morocco, how the French and the Spanish and the Portuguese and the UK, like the Rock of Gibraltar, everybody talk about, didn't realize that it sits right between Tangiers and Spain, Morocco and Spain, right? That the UK claims the Rock of Gibraltar, but Morocco is a very, very rich land. It's rich with oil, and that's what the Spanish and the Portuguese and the Europeans went to Morocco for, the oil.
My thing is this, and it's my thing. My thing is, we are as a people, we are actually entitled to that. But what we have to do, being that through the whole slave trade and us being traded by our own people and everything like that, we are still entitled. But the way I think we should go about our entitlement is going back to this continent with our USD that we have accumulated and buying it back.
Hey, listen, bro, I'm down, man. Hey, look, bro, we need to get together and put together a group of people who want to take that trip.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, man, and I know I'm live on air and everything like that, man. Yo, I love you, and love is love, man.
I love you too, brother.
You've always been the eyes behind me, and you've always been able to talk to me. You've always been able to talk, and that's never going nowhere. So
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
And I know out here, you talk real estate, and it's just something that I'm looking into doing myself as a black man, as a black person, from direct African descent. My grandmother is Geechee, straight from Africa.
Okay.
So I understand it, but now I understand it more, where it's like, you know what? Sometimes we have to utilize what they gave us like for example, when they gave us hogmaw and chitlins, the pig scraps, what we did was we put hot sauce and a whole bunch of seasoning on it to make it taste good because we had to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, what we have to do is go back and let's buy the country. Let's go back and buy the country.
That's right.
We can do that because we have USD. I don't think they even realized they gave us USD like that.
That's right.
To convert to a monetary system.
That's right.
Go back and say, guess what? Do you know you could buy a $4 million house? And like I said, a $4 million house for under $200,000 USD. That means we can really go out there and we can really make a purchase, and then we can start making a difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. You know, like the old saying, buy the block. We could do that.
We really can.
We could do that. We could do that.
Really.
But you know what? It's about changing the mindset, like you said, because we have to realize that our generational wealth has to no longer be parked in our driveway. It can no longer be in our closet. Exactly. You know what I mean? It can no longer be in useless, worthless jewelry hanging around our neck. You know what I mean? We have to learn how to understand the value of dollar.
Our generational wealth, at this point, our generational wealth comes from the fact that we live in a country whereas we have a USD that if we just stack a little bit of paper, we could buy something over there and still have enough paper to live over here and pay someone maybe 50 USD or 100 USD a month to maintain it while we still live over here.
Absolutely. You're right, man. You're right. You know, you're right. But look, bro, I got to run. I got somebody else on the other line. I appreciate you. You know, you got an open invitation. Whenever you're ready, come on through, baby. All right?
Yo,
love you, man.
Is always there, man. Gynesis Radio all day, baby.
Love you, man. Peace.
Love you too.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you, but let me see why. Oh, there you go. All right. Say something. I want to make sure I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah. Oh, there you go. All right.
Peace.
All right, I got you. Yeah, that was our king. He called in to add to the conversation, you know, and he's saying that we need to get together and go over there and buy back the block, go back and buy Africa back. You use this US dollar that we got over here and go over there and just make a difference, you know. But I got a question for you. What do you think our original language was?
I said this to somebody the other day. I can't remember who I was speaking to either. But you know, the first.
Hold on. I got another call. Hold on. Just hold on. Go away. Hold on. OG, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, TP? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. You live on the air with me right here, man. What's happening?
Yeah, I see you dropping knowledge, man. You talking my language, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We over here, you know, trying to make it happen, man. You know, what you want to add? You want to add to the conversation, man? Jump right in, man. Feel free.
Yeah, I just want to drop a little something, you know what I mean? Just keep it, you know, simple. But basically, you know, we talking about economics and, you know, the dollar and everything like that. And I just want to say, like, I hear the brothers talking about investing in Africa, and that is great. You know what I mean? We need to be a multi-dimensional type economics, like, you know, but we have to secure ourselves here first. And we will discuss people that the dollar don't buy nothing. And the first thing we got to do is, first of all, secure our thoughts and our minds, because that's where it starts from. Then we back it by hard asset, you know, meaning something that actually generates revenue, you know, or secures it, you know, and then, you know, we don't have to just invest in Africa. We can make a multi-dimensional economy, because that's how economy works.
You know, it doesn't work just being in one place. It works by capitalizing on all the things we have wherever we at.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
So I just say what you're doing now is like, you know, bringing this knowledge to here is you're educating us. You know,
I try.
Part of that education. You hear me, right?
I hear you.
Me, right?
I feel you. Absolutely.
And when we learn to circulate those economics, like, because the problem is we hemorrhaging.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all our money is going out, and that's what you were saying about, like, it can't be in our driveway, because you buy a Bentley or BMW, I mean, you know, they put money in German pockets.
That's right.
I'm not saying that we can't have those nice things, but we ain't got nothing to bring to the table. Basically, it's like somebody stabbed you up, poked you up, and you bleeding.
That's right.
Heal up them holes.
That's right.
Get the blood flowing.
That's right.
Nutrients. Nutrients is the knowledge.
You can have all those things when you can truly afford those things. It's a difference because you know if you haven't secured generational wealth, you can't afford those things, and that's just the reality of it all. You know what I mean? If your car payment costs more than your house payment, you're hustling in reverse. You know, if you got more tennis shoes, if you own more Jordans and more jewelry than you own stocks and bonds or real estate, you've hustling in reverse. You're a freaking loser. You know what I mean? So that's the things we got to change the mindset on those things, because we're investing our money in all the wrong things in our community, because financial literacy is something that nobody's teaching us. And for those of us who know a little bit about financial literacy, nobody wants to sit down and listen. Because if it ain't in a rap song, if Jay-Z ain't talking about it, and he knows about it, but he ain't talking about it, you know, in his rap songs, he's still talking that talk that these kids want to hear. You know, Cardi B ain't talking about it. She worried about securing her family, but she don't care about anybody else. So we have to go out and educate these kids on financial literacy, and we got to keep chomping at the bit, trying to educate people and motivate people to be able to make that change in the right direction, you know. And it really takes a village, man. It takes a lot of us. And that's why here at Gynesis Radio, I'm always trying to drop some knowledge. I always try to promote these great shows. You know, we're not perfect here at Gynesis Radio, but we do our best, man. You know what I mean? Because we're still a work in progress. You know, we are constantly pushing the ball forward in spite of it all, you know, and we can't be everything to everybody, but we try to be the most and the best that we can be to everybody.
Well, I mean, I'm saying that is what I'm trying to say, Brother Terry, is that the first thing we must do, we can have all the money in the world, we have all the assets, all the gold, all the land, all the $1 million, whatever. If we don't secure our mindset, like what we're doing, the first thing you gotta have is media. That mindset is influenced by media. Not everybody's a leader. Some people are sheep and they need a shepherd.
That's right.
And the media is a shepherd. And by having a radio station and being able to drop knowledge, you've been able to get to the hearts and minds of people and start to change the calibration of their vibration, the way they thinking, their frequency.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying. That's the first thing we need, even though it can't be perfect. Ain't nothing perfect. But if we start using these instruments to re-educate, recalibrate that mental state, I'm telling you, man, like that's where it starts. That's where the true economics, the true values, and the way we think.
You're right.
Even Elon Musk, or you look at Jeff Bezos, they start out with a mind, an idea.
That's right.
And that idea materialized because they manifested it.
You're right. You're right.
That's what we got to do. Use the media, use Gynesis Radio, using all the media situation we have to re-educate people. And you know, you got the right asset, so you're on the right track.
And that's why I try to utilize it, man. That's why I do what I got to do every day to keep Gynesis Radio alive and pumping, man. Because you know, one thing that as a people we don't have control of media. We don't have media. And we have the opportunity now to be able to have media, and we have to keep doing what we do and giving people the information and pushing the ball forward. Because just like I said today, we started talking about everything Morocco today and talking about all these different things. And the conversation has just went from one thing to something else. But look, bro, I got to go. I got another call coming in here, man. I appreciate you, bro. Later.
Appreciate you. Love you, brother T. Stay strong, man.
Love you, man. Hey, Rick, what's going on, man?
Nothing. I caught the tail end. I don't even know what y'all talking about, really.
Hey, man. We talking about.
I know I'm talking about Morocco.
Hey, yeah, we talking about everything Morocco today, man. You know, everything Morocco. And what we was talking about. See, first of all, I have a good friend of mine, Ahmed, who is from Morocco. And he and I was talking last week, and he was supposed to be on the show with me. And he was telling me that I got to come visit Morocco, and he was telling me all the great things about Morocco. And he was telling me about all the influences of the Portuguese, the Spanish, the French, and the Europeans, the English, you know, and tell me about the people and the food and all the different things, man, you know. And one thing just led to another. You know, we went from talking about, you know, that to the politics of Morocco, and we started talking about the Moors and how they were the navigators of the sea, you know, and we kind of went a whole bunch of places, and now we're talking about financial literacy, how we need to go back and buy back Africa and do all these different things. So we've been talking about a whole lot of stuff, but everything Morocco, man. All I want to know is this, man. I'm planning a trip in the springtime, God willing, to go to Morocco, spend this $4,450 for 9 days to go to Morocco, man. Sit down and have a feast of some camel, man. You want to come, Rick?
I probably would, because that's definitely on my bucket list to go to Africa.
Yeah, man.
I've never been. I'm tired of going to these Mexican places.
The Caribbean islands, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired of you be the only dot on the plane. I like going to Jamaica because it's a majority of people like me.
Mm-hmm.
But with those countries, like African continents, they've been so taken over, like you said, by the Chinese and everything. They like, because China is actually overcrowded and like they actually spreading people out to take land elsewhere to move them there.
Well,
and Africa is their target.
Right now, the Chinese are the biggest investors and pilferers and colonizers of Africa right now. They're huge right now. You know, they are all over the place, man. You know, but yeah,
they were there. Like that was crazy. There was a bunch of Chinese people in Afghanistan, Asian, but I knew what they was doing though. They was doing that because Afghanistan, the poppy spills is huge out there.
Absolutely.
And can't trade. They can't trade with the U.S. direct. So they go through Pakistan. Pakistan raped Afghanistan, and then they sell to the Chinese and all that. That's probably why you get that train of white.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Look, you already know. I know. You already know, man. You already know.
I know what's going on here.
You already know, man. And you know, and what's funny, man. In Morocco, we were talking about things. You know, like in Morocco is the biggest producers of hash, right? Now, marijuana is illegal in Morocco, yet they're the biggest producers of hash, and they smuggle it across the Mediterranean into Spain and Europe and Portugal and so on and so forth. But you know, Rick, you remember that movie Casablanca? Humphrey Bogart. A lot of people didn't even realize that movie was about Morocco, man. You know, a lot of people didn't realize that the French Foreign Legion, right? They were in Tangiers. You know, that was Africa. They don't realize that World War II, the Nazis had came over into Morocco. They didn't realize that the British and the Americans came into Morocco to run the Germans back across the Mediterranean, back into Europe, back into Italy. You know?
Yeah, a lot of mobsters in Morocco. That's where all the wells be at. Big time gambling in Morocco.
Yeah.
Big time gambling in Morocco. There's a lot of things in Morocco that people don't know. Morocco got a long history.
Yeah. Well, Morocco is the #1 tourist attraction in Africa. Number one. That's the place where all of Europe goes when they go to Africa. They go to Morocco. That's where they go.
Yeah.
You know.
I just called because I was listening and I hear everybody talking about buying up stuff, and it's great. It's great to have that on your mind. But at this point in time, like you said, like when you have younger people have to be involved because once you're over 50 something, you're limited. Your time is limited.
That's right.
To get it done.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's dealing with reality. You know,
yep.
I'm like I deal strictly with reality.
Absolutely.
All of that good school and hope. You have to look at the time frame.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, look, Rook, let me run. I got another call coming in, bro. I appreciate you, man. All right, later. King, I got you, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. I have to call back in because it's hitting home what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I just want everyone to understand that when we go to these places, we have to stop going as visitors. First of all, our skin complexion is our passport to the world.
Absolutely.
But I do want us to stop going as a visitor. Even you.
Absolutely.
Go with the mindset and look at what can I buy here, and then we could try to translate something out here. Because we have to build more out there. What we do, even in the Caribbean islands, we'd rather go there. Anywhere we go, we always want to go to vacay. Let's go to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have to start buying this stuff back.
You're right. You're right.
And tell the truth, that's my whole mindset right now. And I'm sorry I had to call back in. I love the show, dog. I love what you're doing.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man.
I'm loving it. And you know I'm home. So I'm home I'm home at Gynesis Radio, so that's why I'm calling in again.
Hey man, ain't nothing to it.
And all y'all, pick up the hot sauce. But I want you to like really get it across that what we have to do is, everything's economic, but the economic is okay. So instead of saving your money to make that trip down south, to make that trip to the Caribbean, when you make that trip, instead of staying on the resort, try to venture out and see what can we put our money into. Because we are actually the majority, and they beat us in the head for so long.
That's right.
That we are a minority.
That's right.
Whereas the actual minority is the middle of the country that is still unpopulated to this day.
You're right.
So what we have to do is, okay, when we go to these places, because I'm going to tell you right now, and this is breaking news right now, if you want to make the USD really fluctuate as a black person, you have to start looking outside of the borders.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you're going to flip your money.
Mm-hmm.
And then, while you're flipping your money, you're able to build up another economy, and you're also able to sustain a country. And that's what that's what the Europeans did. They didn't come over here on some real BS. They came over here with monetary goals, and they built everything off the back of a monetary system. So what we're going to do is, let's take their monetary system that they put us in, that they took from it, and let's flip it and get everything back.
You're right.
Remember, everything at 360 degrees.
You're right. 360. You better know it.
That's what I'm saying, though.
It's
That's
just,
what I'm saying. I'm not calling in no more.
Look, it's just like karma. Everything you done came back around. It's gonna come back around, and you know it's coming. It's coming back around. It's coming back around.
And I say that because I really do feel things being done for centuries ago. They didn't understand that maybe knowledge will come up, whereas we can get smart enough to go, yo, wait a minute. We could do the same thing what they did. Because they didn't run into Africa. They did not run into Africa and just rape and pillage. Those people ran into Africa and they used guns and a monetary system to to get more servants. That's what they said. What we can do is use the same monetary system, the systematic function, knowledge-wise, and say, guess what? Well, you brought us here and gave us money. I'm going to take this money, instead of sending it back, I'm going to invest it.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest word is investment. And I think that's the biggest thing what we have to do right now as a culture and as a people. Because after that, it's like just lay down, just keep going on vacation. That's how I look at it. You don't go on vacation without looking to see, can I buy something here? How is my USD? Because the USD is comparable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm saying. I'm off the phone. TP wants to get lucky to death, man. I ain't gonna do it.
Ain't no problem, bro. Ain't no problem, bro. All right, bro. Appreciate you, man. All right, later. Yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what it is, man. You know, we the phone is hot today, man. The phone is hot today. That's all I can say, man. The phone is hot today. You know, everybody is calling in and being a part of the conversation, you know, and I appreciate it, man. You know, one thing we try to do here at Gynesis Radio, man, we just try to share good information, do great shows, you know, and just keep it 100 with everybody, man. You know, that's what we try to do here at Gynesis Radio. We just try to keep it 100, man. We try to keep you informed and updated on a lot of things in life in general, you know. And today, you know, we were just talking, you know, everything, you know, everything Morocco, you know. But what I'm gonna jump into right now, I'm gonna talk about some of the great food that's in Morocco. All right, we're gonna talk about some food. Well, you know, I mentioned the Rick. He came over there with us. Would he try a little camel with me? And he said absolutely. You know, and I know they make great camel burgers over there, from what I understand. And you know, they do wonderful things with the camel. You know, that's a delicacy over there. They eat it. You know, and it's just like beef over here, like we eat. You know, and that sounds good to me. You know, who wants to go try some Moroccan food? You know, in Morocco, authentic Moroccan food. You know, who wants to do that? You know, one of the traditional dishes of Morocco is tagine, if that's pronounced correctly. Tagine. Tagine is a chicken and vegetable dish, you know, and they cook a lot of their dishes in ceramic pots. You know, they kind of cook a lot with steam and so on and so forth. And I'm looking at pictures of this. It looks pretty tasty. It looks pretty good, you know. And then they have great sardine dishes that are Moroccan. And then they have what's called brochettes, also known as kebabs. You know, shish kebab, same thing. You know, and one of the most famous dishes from Morocco is couscous. Couscous is a Middle Eastern dish. It's kind of like rice, and it's made from semolina wheat. It's different, and it's just like rice, you know, and it's very tasty. And you know, you tend to have a meat and vegetable with it, and you know, it looks really good. And then there's Marquez sausage, which is a Berber cuisine, and that is sausage that's made of lamb, you know, and that's, you know, something that I've never heard of before. Lamb sausage. Can you imagine that? That probably tastes pretty good, man. You know, a lamb sausage. And then there's, you know, the great fish soup that they make over there, and I'm just looking at the different dishes over there, and I can't wait to get over there, man. Just try the food. You know, I'm Fat Boy Fresh, man. You know, I want to eat, man. You know, I want to listen. I just want to go to Morocco and just have a buffet. Just put everything out, you know, label it. Hell, you don't even have to label it, man. And you know, I just want to eat. I want to taste all this stuff, man. You know, I'm greedy. That's the fat boy in me. You know, people know how to get to me. They always appeal to the fat boy in me. You know, then they have a dish that's what do they call this dish here? I can't pronounce that word. It's Zaallouk, and it's beef or lamb with prunes. That looks pretty good. Probably had you in the bathroom, but it looks pretty good, you know. So you know, they have some great traditional meals over there in Morocco, man, that I just want to indulge in all that stuff. And then when I look at the people of Morocco are beautiful people. They are beautiful people of various shades of people, you know, with their traditional garb that they wear. You know, I see people that look dark skinned like me to people that look like they're Caucasians, you know, and it's just beautiful. I think they're beautiful people overall, you know. I want to get up over there and experience all of that stuff, man. I just really can't wait to indulge in all of that stuff over there. But anyway, y'all, it's the TP Square Show right here on Gynesis Radio. And I'm going to take a break, you know, and we're going to jump into some music. So y'all sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Don't go nowhere, and we're going to come right back. All right? Later. Wait, you know, because I just can't get to that trap R&B that they call it. And it's just can't do it. You know, I'm trying, but I had to give y'all a taste of what's really going on.